All right, shalom to the elect. I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and much love, prayers, blessings, and salutations to the Lord's elect that's teaching his word of sincerity and truth through the four corners of the earth. All right. Now this is we the camp GMS Soldiers of Faith, and this is our response, to this Men of Valor 12, to this video Gabar did, and it's called Give Honor and Respect to Your Elder Mirror. All right. And so we're gonna reflect and go into the scriptures and reprove, this guy named Gabar from Men of Valor, because a lot of stuff that he's talking about, he has no clue of what he's talking about. Another thing is that when you're supposed to be a prophet and you read the scriptures, or a judge, because the Lord set us up as judges, you're supposed to be able to know both sides, to judge the matter, so that the spirit of the Lord will be on you to judge. And for one, you're not a judge of this situation anyway. This situation is done and old since last year. We're supposed to be out prophesizing, teaching his word. We're supposed to be worried about our own salvation, focus on prophecy, then to focus in on another man's matters when it doesn't concern you, because the other man can't save you, so we lit, brother. We're in peace out.
So Rock 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. So Rock 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke.
Right. So pretty much, what you did, was it an all-out rebuke? No, it wasn't. But at the end of the day, I guess you call yourself trying to reprove brothers, for said situations, that happened. As the brother said, you didn't weigh out both sides of the matter. You are speaking from one side of the fence, so to speak, man. You may have heard things on that end, but did you actually talk to any one of us brothers in this camp? Did you actually talk to any of the heads of this camp? No, you didn't. So therefore, you didn't fully understand the matter. So how can you blame us of anything if you didn't weigh out the things in which we had to say? That's how a judge properly does things, man. How did King Solomon do with the woman? Okay, with those two women, to find out whose baby it was. He heard out both of their stories to discern the matter, to come to the perfect conclusion. So in that, you're in error. So continue.
That shows you, it's like it now also shows you got demons on you. You need to check yourself, man. You got it out.
Verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the call. Answer not before thou hast heard the call.
So you just went and said something in response to not hearing nothing what we had to say about any matter at all. So at this point, what you're hearing is just hearsay. So go ahead.
Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Strive not in a matter that concerneth you not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. My son, meddle not with many matters.
So meddle not with many matters, because this matter doesn't concern you. I correct myself. It's not hearsay if you hear it from somebody that was actually in the situation, But read that one more time.
It says, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners.
Right, so you're in a matter that doesn't concern you. If the brother has something to say, he can say what he had to say unto us. Why are you speaking up for another man when he hasn't come to us and said anything? Okay? Why are you defending somebody that's not defending themselves? We all here in Jersey. The brothers out in North, we're in Irvington, and y'all are in Elizabeth. If this situation was that serious, anybody could get in contact with us. Even if you don't have those numbers directly, brothers know where we camp at. Or you talk to the brother Tazaya, you could get the camp location of where we're at and come see us and chop it up face to face. Somebody give me Matthew 18 and 15 real quick. Because we're right here in Jersey. It's not like we're in California somewhere, or we're in Michigan, or we're in Colorado. Right, exactly. And some of the brothers that see in camp, I'm not sure still where they may reside at, but before I lived like 20-something minutes away from some of the brothers that live in your camp. And your campsite is no more than 15-20 minutes away from where we camp at.
And another thing, we up the street from downtown North. Zion knows exactly where we at. You know, he has my cell phone number. He knows where I live. All that. You know, you got it.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Exactly. So when brothers dealt with things within our own camp, when we were a part of DTA, we kept those things in-house. We dealt with things in-house. Okay? So now look at what you're doing. This matter had nothing at all to do with you, man. Nothing at all to do with you. And if it did concern you, then you should have came and said something to one of us. And purpose, you hit my channel up and saying, but do you give respect or something to that effect? Do you give honor to Zion, who taught you the truth or whatever the case may be? I don't have to literally go out and do a video to tell the world that I honor this man. That's self-explanatory. That's self-explanatory. The only reason Priest Daniel Allah did what he did because it was a situation had arisen with Tahar came up on a comment, well, Apostle Tahar came up on a comment board, you know, and he talked about their history. A situation arose. He didn't just go out and just proclaim Apostle Tahar is the man of the Lord, Apostle Tahar this, Apostle Tahar. He didn't do that just like that. So were you asking me to just jump out of the window and just tell the world that I honor him? I don't have to say that to nobody to prove that I honor and respect somebody that taught me in this truth. You know? And
another thing is that Zion is just a man like the rest of us. You making Zion like if he sits in this category, like he's this great prophet coming back, like he sits in his own seat outside of the apostles. The apostles taught us this word. The apostles taught him this word. He's just the leader of a camp. You know, elder is just a title. You know, and you know, it's just the reference, you know, who and what ranking in the camp of who leading and what position they in. That's all it is. We give double honors to the apostles because the apostles taught us Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. If a brother if I'm the leader of the camp and a new brother come in and I happen to teach him some breakdowns, he, as the order of the Lord, he's supposed to respect the brother. You know, that's what we do with Zion. We respected him the whole time. You know. But we ain't supposed to sit here and say double honors because, for one, the apostles get the double honors. He learned from the apostles. We honor the man and we respect the man for that. But how the situation what happened that you don't know about, Lord willing, we gonna get into as our counsel. I don't know what he's telling you, or maybe he not. Maybe it's just you jumping the gun, doing a video where you shouldn't be doing. You don't know nothing what happened in our counsel. And like I said earlier, I told brothers this little. And now this little thing I come up with that with this situation. You ain't a part of our litter. All right. We might have met you and played with you in the playground, but you ain't a part of our camp. You don't know what happened. You don't know how it happened. You don't know what this man did. Only thing you hear is whatever maybe you assuming, or maybe because we don't know. Zion, just why are we sitting here talking about this brother when this was done last year? And anyway, he's supposed to, if he had a problem, he know our jacks, and he would do a video if it was that the case. Why is another man speaking on another man's behalf when he can't deliver you? When prophecies are going on.
That's the point. Zion cannot deliver you. You esteeming this man, as if he's this great figure, as if he can deliver you. The apostles can't deliver us. But what the scriptures say, give men double honor to those who rule well and labor in the doctrine. It's all about ruling well, man. On top of giving the double honors, man. That's what this truth is about. So you got to know who you vouching for, know the characteristics and the integrity of the man who you vouching for. Because the things that you say, your tongue could actually be condemning you, man. You gotta weigh things out through the spirit and be patient. It's Matthew chapter 18. I'm start verse 15 again. It says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word may be established.
Now, these are the steps in which we're supposed to adhere to according to the scripture. Did you do any of these things? No, you didn't. And just to give you a little tidbit of information, which I don't have to, because I don't have to explain myself to you, but so you know, the day that we had the council of the split, I had a small issue with the brother Tazaiwan, and I pulled him to the side right after camp. So, and the brother Tazaiwan, he knows this, and he knows anytime that I have something to say, I'm going to talk to him. I always dealt with him respectfully, man. I always had honor for Tazaiwan. That goes without saying. But when it comes to points of brothers dealing with councils, you know what I'm saying? Are we not supposed to speak up for ourselves? That's all we've ever done, man. That's all we've ever done. I've always gave him respect. I've always gave him honor because I know that he taught me. I understand that, man. Like, this is basic principles that we shouldn't have to go through. Instead of dealing with more, somebody real quick, give me Hebrews 6 and 9. Instead of dealing with things of more importance, we got to deal with this bullcrap amongst Israel. Because you want to jump out of the window
for no reason.
For no reason.
But I'm sorry, I gotta say something. I gotta say this, man. We don't have no ties with you. We don't know nobody that knows you. The whole camp don't have no phone calls. We don't run into you. You know, we don't have nothing to do with Men of Valor. We over here in Irvington, all right, up the street from Newark, teaching the word. We have nothing to do with you. Another thing, we don't owe to Zion no apology because we don't get into it. I don't like to jump the gun, but we never left the camp. Tazaya left us. That's what I don't know if he told you about. Or maybe he did, is somebody lying. We got witnesses. He left. We the original DTA. When you see the brothers in GMS, Soldiers of Faith, that's the original DTA. Zion left DTA. Along with 2 other brothers, man. When there was a council, when the men voted for him to step down, and nobody even had to know about that. But because Tazaiwan got too much pride, that's why going to that video, we try to say the video subliminally we shooting shot. We not listen, man. That's when we showed respect to Tazaiwan, even in the heat of the moment. Even when we could have aired his ass out. We could have brought his name up and boom, boom, boom. But what we do, we kept it spiritual and we talked about the situation and brothers through the spirit that got discernment, the elect. Because obviously you ain't, you know.
Like the point, like, you know, just real quick, since the brother just said it, I want to land back off of that. Like with that video, okay, you say it was subliminally about Tazaya, like how the brother said, brothers in the spirit know what it was about. But then we completely get on, then we say Tazaya was wicked, then we say this and the third, this and the third. No, because it wasn't in our intent to try to dismantle the brother or put some Mortal Kombat, finish him or nothing like that. We're not brothers like that. We don't deal like that, man. We have integrity. We understand what integrity means, man. When you deal with us, brothers, we all deal with each other uprightly as possible, man. We've always done things like that, man. Always. But you don't know because you are never a part of our camp. You don't know none of that. You don't know how I am. I don't know you at all. Exactly. I don't know nothing about you. You don't even know nothing about me from unless things that you may have heard from other people. You don't know nothing about him.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing.
He made that statement. Y'all was saying that he in Jersey. We know.
You don't know.
You don't know shit. Who the fuck you think he is? What you know? Gabar the warrior? Like you the Lord dealing with you? Now I see why you ain't in Great Millstone no more. Men of Valor ain't up Great Millstone no more, man. And also, you know, from hearing, you know, from word that the apostles believe that there are some men and Men of Valor that could possibly be the elect. You know, or sincere, man, you know, and guess what? You brothers that's sincere over there, you need to separate yourself from these men, man, doing shit like this. You stay in trouble, man. Stay shooting shit out that you don't know about. The same situation which you did with the Seattle camp, man. You had no business talking about what you talking about. Stay in your lane and prophesize.
You got good for that. So give me that Hebrews 6 and 9 real quick.
Hebrews 6 and 9. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak.
And that's what we're supposed to be talking about, things that accompany salvation. But instead, we got to give attention to this madness because you want to try to cause some type of drama, man, for no reason. It's heavy prophecies and things going on right now. We was dealing with a heavy season of these scoffers and scorners. We just came out of, they still going, but now it done died down some. We've just gone through a heavy season of it. Now we got to deal with something like this when this prophecy is constantly rolling. Things constantly keep on happening. Now we got to talk about this. We supposed to be talking about things that accompany salvation, man. We over here, we just brothers over here just doing the work, man. Just doing the work. That's it, man.
Hey, check out brothers' videos. What we talking about? Building in the spirit, trying to, you know, be blameless and spotless. You know, brothers prophesizing, reporting news.
And speaking on our experiences and the truth.
And the thing about this man is talking about us when we had no dispute. We had no contact with y'all. We had no, like, I could say there was some argument, some type of wordplay, then we got some tension. How do you come out and just pick with us when dealing with the situation of us, this split that happened because he left the camp, he left us, you know, he left us for reasons which I hope, Lord willing, we're gonna get into, you know, that this was last year. Brothers doing works.
Listen, Salakia, and you chose the opportune time to speak on it because this been on your mind. You may watch brothers' videos. You may feel like you pick up certain things through the spirit, but brothers speak upon their experiences. However, you were waiting for the opportune time to say something, and it's a shame. And you need to repent that you chose to choose the opportune time to speak on it when the brother was exhorting the apostle, man. You know, on how another man was vouching for the apostle Tahar because he's the head of Israel. The scriptures say, mark the perfect man because the end of that man is peace. And that's what brothers do following the apostle Tahar to the rest of the apostles on down of Great Millstone. And you chose the opportune time to when the brother was bigging up the apostle on another man bigging up the apostle. You chose that opportune time to sow discord, you know, to bring up this madness, to bring up strife. You need to repent and check yourself.
Yeah, and real quick, brothers over here, we don't have no hatred towards the brother Tazaya and none of that. You know what I'm saying? Brothers pray for the brother. You don't know the things in which we've done, the prayers we put up for this brother. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what we went through when we was in the camp with this man. You don't know none of that, man. Brothers prayed heavily for that brother when we was going through a lot of turmoil. You don't know none of this, man. None of this.
And how long we stuck in there to help this man. Man, I'll just say it, man. We even fasted for this man more than once. Brought him to a council. You know, you wasn't in our councils. You wasn't there when we had them heated councils. It was times when me and Tazayawan for hours, just me and him, going back and forth, man, all night till the sun came up. You know what I'm talking about. You wasn't there. Y'all, you got guys sticking up for Tazayawan that don't even know him, that never labored with him.
Never seen him in real life.
Never seen him in real life. We the ones that labor and stuck up for him. There was a point he made in there talking about something when, you know, when we had our little scrabble, you know, you guys stuck up for him and he was your elder then. He our team. He was in our team. What the fuck? You not gonna stand up for your team and you know that he right? You know that, you know, in the spirit he was moving right then when we was with him?
And y'all wasn't going outside. It came out when he made that statement, y'all wasn't going outside. Y'all wasn't teaching. He spoke upon it, and we backed him because that was the truth. You want to continuously harp upon truth and facts within your lesson. Well, that was the truth, and that was the facts. You wasn't outside laboring.
Yeah, you just got no business doing no video like this, but get back to the scriptures.
Yeah. Get back to that. Yeah, hold us rock on that.
Play this.
Yeah, stop playing. So now, you know, we're just gonna go through some of the points. We pretty much, you know, kind of said a lot already. And we're gonna go through the video. I'm saying that in which you know, the bar did. I'm saying we're going to jump on these points.
Yeah, and I say that's why the brother get the video. Who did Tazayawan learn from? Who was the first group? What was it? HYK. But HYK, but then guess what? All that growth and everything else, the breakdowns, the revelations, the prophecies came from Great Millstone. You know, when we had our study classes, what was the breakdowns? Great Millstone. Who did he learn from? Great Millstone. He was just the leader of our camp, man. You know,
who we gave respect
to, because that's what you're supposed to do. He's leading the camp. He had more experience than us. He came in the truth before us. He actually camped before us. And actually, we his third batch of fruit. Now he on his fourth batch. You know?
And so that should tell you something right there. You know what I'm saying? He's been through, you know, and not to make, you know, this video about the brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you mentioned him, so we have to mention certain things, but it's mainly about you, bro.
Exactly.
You know, and how you said this wasn't personal towards us. Cool, no problem. It's nothing personal towards you. But you in heavy error of the things of what you were saying. Now, if this is this man's third batch of fruit, you got to look at it. Is something wrong with all the brothers that came through, or does the brother may have a problem? That's a question to ask. I'm not going to speak on that, but that's a question to consider. You know what I'm saying? Think about that, you know?
Yeah, and I'll say this too, you know, just, you know, this video not trying to get at Zion, but since you brought it up, we got to speak upon these points. We got to reprove you. We got to rebuke you, man. You know, Zion know what happened in that council, and I'll tell you this: you better repent, man. We don't have to have no, send no apology to you. You need we deserve the apology. You left us. You bailed out. So I don't know what the story is. We probably telling them, or maybe you're not. I'm just gonna say it for the record and tell it straight, man. You bailed out. You know, the Yakana video. Ain't nobody responded to that. You know, because why? He don't have no clue what the fuck he talking about. That was a lie. You know, the money issue. What's no money issue with Zion? You know, this was about him, about having pride, man. You had, no one could be over you. You know, and that's just the starting point of diving in to what really happened.
Well,
you know,
with the money thing, pretty much Yakanan was pretty much saying, well, since you mentioned it, now I got to say it. With Yakanan, he pretty much said that that a brother over here said that he was taking tithe money and stuff like that. I used to talk to Yakanan, you know what I'm saying? I never told him anything of that nature, that you was going into the tithe money and saying stuff like that. But it was brothers that came to us, you know what I'm saying, and asked us, well, what's the policy on brothers asking you for money and stuff like that? And then come to find out, a couple brothers were saying that you were getting money from them instead of going through the proper chain of command of how we set things up to be, that you tell one brother and then we try to get up a collection from him because he was the leader at the time. So of course we would take care of him. All you got to do is ask or say something. You know what I'm saying? So that was the issue as far as with the money, not because somebody said that Zion was going into the tight bucket and taking money out. I never said that to him. So him, y'all can understand that was a lie.
Yeah, there was a money issue, but that wasn't the case what he was talking about.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So that was the case to sum that up.
Both sides should rise first. The Prophet was a great Muslim that told me the truth. Once you bust out their teaching to the house of David, 144,000, but after we're down to 1/3 men, women, and children part of the elect. So Israelite formed scattered in 4 corners of the earth, confusion of faces, speaking a different tongue as part of the church. Basically, I just wanted to do a video because it's a response video. This brother over here, his name is Shalomah. He's in the GMS Soldiers of Faith camp. Formerly used to be DTA. But basically, in the video, priest, the video that he did, Priest Daniela shares a story on history. Shares his history on Apostle Tahar. Now, in the video, he gives reverence. You know, he gives respects for Daniela, giving respect to his elder Tahar. You know, and the video was bad that Daniela did because it was basically, you know, he said I always had respect for the Tahar. He taught me when I didn't know shit. You know, we had our back and forth and this and that, but I never got out of cat. I never crossed the line. You know what I mean? Because that's my elder. And it was a powerful video. I even did a response video to it also. But a lot of you brothers that know in Israel, they used to be part of DTA. You know, the camp with the brother Tiziah one. Which a lot of y'all brothers don't know. This man right here, Tiziah one, elder Tiziah one, he brought a lot of brothers into the truth, man.
Pause.
You know?
Pause. Because
these brothers here,
Tiziah
consider him as
Tiziah didn't bring us in the truth. We found him because the Lord led us in the truth by watching the apostles, by watching other men out there. Then we wanted to be a part of it. You know, brothers got their different ways of going in. And I'll just share with you personally, when I first came in, Uriah from Chicago taught me for 6 and 7 months. I was in I would have been GMS with another guy at the time named Shapat. You know, Uriah basically was teaching us on the phone, you know, giving us all the word, but it was hard for us to even absorb it because we needed to have it hands-on. Then it was a point where for like 7 months or 6 months it was, Uriah wanted me and Shaquat to go open up a GMS camp in New Jersey. Shaquat knew Tiziah. So then Shaquat was like, me and Shaquat was so young and babes that it was no way we could start a camp in GMS camp in New Jersey. Shaquat introduced me to Tiziah. I had to report back to Uriah and tell Uriah, yeah, you know, he teach, because Uriah didn't know him. Yeah, he teaches the same thing Great Millstone. He learned from the apostles. He came up under the apostles, should know of him. He was over there in New York. And he said, all right, cool. It's okay. You can camp with him. You know? Tazaya One, he watered us because he had more experience. But he didn't bring us in the truth as if he trying to make it seem like that. Like if he said, yo, bro, you got time for the Bible? And then all of a sudden he, you know, yeah, you know, and taught you the Bible and no, you got to give. And then on top of that, you give him honest. We gave Tazaya honest. We never disrespected Tazaya. He knows that. We always referenced him. You know, but hey, I don't know if you looking to be some. Well, it is shit that he said. You know that you must think that you the apostles. You know, you want to be. Well, I ain't talking about him. I'm taking on you, Gabar, for trying to push this vibration out there of trying to make it seem like he is he's right along on top line with the apostles. He learned from the apostles, man. Look at Paul. Paul works exceeded the apostles, but did Paul rise before the apostles, man? You trying to make this man out like he's the like he's this legendary prophet. He's just a leader of his king, you know? Kind.
1 Corinthians chapter 3.
Because we ain't shit, man. We all of us are just young men compared to the apostles, man. We don't have to say in our videos what we sound like saying honest to Tazaya One, but double honest to Apostle Elder Great Millstone. Come on, man. If that's the case, brothers got to do that to every leader they can. Right. Every leader they can. You got to shout your leader out first, and then give double honest second.
Exactly. That's the case, because that's what you made it seem like I should be doing. I could be wrong, but I was trying to understand, like, what is like, yeah, that's the vibration. I'm trying to understand, like, so what is he saying that I should do? Am I supposed to am I supposed to say that in my videos, or am I supposed to actually go out and just make a video saying that I don't have to do that for nobody? Everybody knows what it is. That was actually a part of Kim. Tazaya One knows that himself, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's no hatred, you know what I'm saying? Got love for the brother, still pray for the brother. They doing this thing, we doing our thing. It is what it is. Can't split up, can't break up. There's no hatred. We had our disagreements. It is what it is. And brothers, I still believe he's a man of the Lord. Simple as that. He could be.
I mean, continue to do the works, but we got a lot to answer to with Yahweh Shah for that counsel, man, and doing what you did and how you did it. Ain't nobody keep the channel from you. You don't debo. You don't wait 2 days later and then tell brothers, yo, I'm gonna do my own thing. And you said it in the council, man. You got a lot of answers. You got a lot of repenting to do. But Kun, real quick, God. But I know Tazaya, man. I labored with Tazaya for years, man. Go ahead. I ain't. It's not a rebuke on him, but make it go.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter
3. Man, it is,
3.
man.
Yeah, he's a child. 1 Corinthians 3:3. For ye are yet carnal, but whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are you not carnal and walk as men? For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are ye not carnal? Who then is Paul, and who is Apollos? But ministers by whom ye believe, even as the Lord gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua gave the increase.
Exactly. So when you look at it now, ultimately the apostles and elders, Great Millstone taught Tazaya. You know what I'm saying? So now in the chain of command, of course, we give Tazaya honors, that goes without saying. We know that, we understand that. But we give the double honors to the apostles because that's who he learned from. So that's where all the breakdowns and stuff is really coming from at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So in our intros, that's who we give the respect to, because he learned from the same people as us, basically. But it's just through the chain of command. That's what I'm trying to say. He's the middleman. So we give him respect for what he's done for us. Like how the brother said, with every brother's case is different. He didn't bring every brother into truth as far as how the brother said, meet him just walking down the street. But he did water us.
He didn't bring none of us into the truth. 1, 2, 3, 4. He didn't bring none of us. We found him through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Because the Lord used of us. That's like we doing our videos, right? We doing our videos, and the brothers of the faith newly coming in, they be like, yo, I look their camp, I like their camp, I'm learning a lot from them. Are we asking for them to give us honors? No, give the apostles the double honors because they worthy of it. The fuck wrong with this nigga, man? Hey, another thing too, for brothers out there watching, you gotta have the spirit of discernment, man. These guys ain't of Great Millstone. There's the reason why they ain't of Great Millstone, man. You know? You gotta watch these guys that's trying to play on your minds, man, because they looking for fans, man, looking for views, man. You gotta have the spirit of discernment, man. Going off like this, you got demons on you, man. There's no way in the world you should say anything about our camp or what previously was. You was not there. Let him do it if he have a problem. And if he had a problem, he lived right here, over here with us, over here by us. If anything. But we ain't dealing no more because of what he did. Go ahead.
That's why this truth is all about order. Before you make any type of move or decisions such as this, I'm saying you have to seek advice. Not only do you have to seek advice from somebody seasoned, somebody experienced, or else you're just going to find yourself flying off of the handle. You know what I'm saying? When you bringing out things that you know not of, man. Because this is an example of you being a false witness. When you speaking upon something, bearing false witness. When you speaking upon matters in which you have not weighed both of the sides of the spectrum out and you're speaking on it, you're propagating it to the public as if this is what happened. You know, that's in the case an example of you being a false witness. And Salakia, I just want to bring out a quick precept based upon that. You know what I'm saying? You got to repent. You know what I'm saying? If you're a speaker.
Yeah, real quick, like the brother, right? Because usually, and that's what a lot of Israel do, and brothers got to stop doing that, honestly. You hear one side of the story, and brothers go fly off the handle, brothers start doing videos, making subliminal shots, not knowing what's going on, but you only heard one side of the story. You know what I'm saying? So this is just, not a shot enough like that, but for brothers to be mindful, like, you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the scripture say, work out thy own salvation with fear and trembling. You know, you need to mind your business. Hey, Mayor, you got a scripture?
Yeah, real quick. Okay. I want to bring up this false witness. Because you got to, and that's the thing, because brothers got to use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures is here, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Wisdom of Solomon, the book of Ecclesiastes. These are all books of wisdom in which we need to apply to walk accordingly in this truth. But this is Proverbs 19:9. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish, man. That's why you have to be mindful of the things that you say. You got to know you're in the right spirit of Yahweh to be making these statements, because the Lord is bringing down judgment. The Lord just killed this nigga that was once a part of our camp, man. Shot down, man. The Lord is bringing judgment. And here it is, you call yourself doing things and saying things in which you don't know the full conclusion of the whole matter, in which proper channels and steps that was taking place before it actually went down. The Lord is bringing judgment. And he said he starts at his sanctuary first. Those that know of this truth, man. You got to humble yourself, man.
Yep. Oh, I got a scripture. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and 11. Anybody? It says, and that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
Study to be quiet and to do your own business. Be quiet and do your own business, man. You know, the scriptures say, pretty much was James 1:22 or 1:19. Somebody grab that for me real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, this shows that you're just looking for something, man. What are you looking for? What is it? All you had to do was come to brothers and say whatever it is. What are you looking for? You're looking for retribution for another man or something that you, from some wrong that you think was done unto this man when it wasn't. Brothers weigh things out. Brothers weigh things out beforehand, you know what I'm saying? Weigh things out afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Brothers, and something, learning from this brother, you know what I'm saying? Because when we was a part of DTA, every brother had their role. Let me say this, because this is important. Every brother had their role. Not taking nothing away from Tazai. He was the main teacher, the main speaker, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Brought out the word beautifully, you know what I'm saying? Taught us and all of that. But when it came to dealing with decisions of wisdom, it was this brother. It was this brother who Tazai would talk to for wisdom and stuff like that, man. So a lot making decisions, a lot of stuff came from this brother, man. Every brother in this camp played their role. Nobody was seeking anything. Brothers was comfortable in their spots, and we fit perfectly. You know what I'm saying? We fit perfectly. You know, this brother came in, was a great addition to making decisions, precepts, and just being a good overall brother. And brothers know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, just put this on myself, but everybody fit into their lot. And I was a brother that more so did with order in the camp, because I just fit there. Every brother had their role, and we were suited well in our role. Nobody was seeking to get above or do nothing, man. Brothers was just laboring sincerely in this word, man. You know,
brothers you can count on, man. You know, you don't leave brothers who you labored and brothers you could count on to new men. You know, that's just stupid, man. And I'll say this too. You talk about this is give honor and respect to your elders. Mirror, you need to look in the mirror. You know, look at your track record. You know, the shit you done did. You got rebuked for, you know, reproved for, man. It's a reason why you're not a great millstone no more. You know, here it is. You want to say give double honors. You know, you supposed to give double honors to the apostles. How come you ain't following the protocol of the apostles then? How come you ain't following the order of the apostles? You're supposed to have no men of valor this, men of valor that. You're supposed to be having that because what you're doing is you're setting a vibration, and building upon another body. There's one body. That's Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. Guess what? The apostles and elders are still here teaching the word. There's no need to make a men of valor over here, men of valor over there. For one, that happened to us when we was at DTA. You know what we did? We shut the shit down, man. Some guy in Holland was trying to make a camp saying DTA Holland, and I sent the message to him. No, there ain't no DTA Holland, because if anything, we great millstone, man. You don't build upon another man's foundation. You build upon the body. You become one, sound mind, same judgment. Guys don't know the scriptures, man. You know, you check yourself, look in the mirror, man. You know, before you start trying to lash out and do videos and say stuff that you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know us. You don't know me. You don't know him. You don't know him, and you don't know him. And if you know people of us, obviously then they don't, hey, you need to come to us, my man. You don't know us, man. You damn sure don't know me. And I put money on it that you don't know nobody that know me. And if you do, all right, so what? But guess what? I'm a loner, man. You know, we all sort of want to take care of our family, in case may be, and we teach the word. We ain't got no dealings with men of valor. We're not a part of men of valor. We got no dealings with DTA. We're not a part of DTA. We are the original DTA. DTA is not just Taziawan. DTA was the camp. He decided to leave, man. He said, I'm going to do my own thing. 2 days later, then try to debo me for the channel and the camera and make us move.
Hey,
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Even to speak on that, even in the council, because he made certain statements. Here it is. He had, when the brother said, when a lot fell upon the brother that he was going to be the leader, you know, here it is. The brother said he was going to change the name of Great Millstone, you know. And at the time, the brother said, well, he might be doing it. He might want to do his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, I may be thinking with the left side or whatever. He said, I may be thinking with the left side, but I might want to do my own thing. This brother talked to that man on the side after the whole council and everything was situated. Talked to that man on the side for almost up to an hour, maybe even more. You know what I'm saying? And 2 days later, here it is, you making a decision based upon the left side you was thinking. So here it is, you confounded yourself. You left.
Yeah.
And you were saying something like I might say it the wrong way, but you said something about kick the captain off the ship or something to that effect.
Yeah.
I don't want to, misquote you, but it was something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? The captain of the ship left. Now, brothers, and when he made those statements in the council, you know, the brother Yao Shop that's no longer with us now, you know what I'm saying, you know, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, he spoke up and said, bro, what you gonna do, blah, blah, blah. He spoke up for Tazai to stay in the camp. I said, I don't remember my exact words, but I said something as well. I was trying to get him all he had to do was just humble himself down, that's it. But he couldn't take that step down, so he chose to do his own thing. Okay, so cool, it is what it is. Brothers left the council peacefully. The whole council, nobody was yelling, screaming, arguing. The whole council was peaceful. When I talked to the brother Taziawan after I put him to the side after the camp that day, it was peaceful. The council we had prior to that was peaceful amongst the heads of our camp, was peaceful. And check it out, you know how this thing all happened, it was spiritual, because the day the council in which, you know, brothers had a council and this brother was proclaimed the leader of this camp, we were supposed to be camping downtown North, right? But the Lord had it to where downtown North got shut down by what? It was a parade or something? And then we had to camp in Irvington. Right. So the Lord was sending us a sign. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then now, what is our camp site? In Irvington. So that happened all through the spirit. Yep. But you not being spiritual, just speaking on things, not knowing the whole conclusion of the matter, man.
Yep. And also, too, Sop said, because when we had the council and he's standing there. He said under his breath, he was like, "Man, I'm probably gonna do my own thing." And then Yawasop, you know, he said, "What?" He said, "What you gonna try to build another camp?" He said, "What you gonna go back to start doing drugs?" You know. So even his right hand man, Sop, man, even voted in the council against him because he knew, he's guilty of all the charges that was coming against him, man. The shit he was doing. He's about to lead brothers into destruction, man. Reneging on making covenants and doing the opposite, man. You liable to get us fucked up by the Lord, man. You know?
You said, so I wrote a couple points there. You said, you know, some brothers want to kind of speed through this and not make it too long. You said what we did and how we left DTA wasn't honorable. Well, we just spoke on that. So we hope that clears any misconceptions that any brothers may think that may have happened. You know what I'm saying? He left and 2 other men left with him, and the rest of the camp stayed as the camp. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we spoken that you said y'all in Jersey, so y'all know what's going on, but y'all only heard that one side of the story. You know what I'm saying? And especially being as though Gabar, you know, you yourself, I believe you have more time than all of us brothers in the truth. And for you to be at whatever age that you're at within this truth, you should have more wisdom than to just jump to what one man is saying and not hear the other side. You know what I'm saying? That shows you how you're dealing in the spirit and that you're dealing in error and that something is not right about you, man.
You want to be the renegade.
Something is not right about you. I'm not saying this maliciously or not like that, but something is not right about you because you're not weighing things out in the spirit how a spiritual man should. Man. Simple as that. You know?
You want to be the black sheep.
Yeah, and like I said, yeah, and you said what you was doing was really out of love, but what we already pulled, Matthew 18 and 15. So what if you did was out of love, you would have talked to us first. You know what I'm saying? Or try to set something up if you really cared that much to get Desire to talk to us if it was really that serious. But you're not our mediator, man. You're no mediator. We're GMS. You're Men of Valor, they're DTA. You do your own thing. You're no mediator between any matter with GMS, man. You don't have no business over here. You left, you chose to take GMS off of y'all title of y'all camp, so y'all go and do your thing and mind your business, man.
Yeah, and then I say this too, you know, you just said it, man. You know, and the thing about that, see, when you want to do your own thing, you know, you don't have no spiritual father to check you, spiritual brothers over you to put you in place when you go off. That's when you do dumb shit like this, you know. And if you say that you give double honors, because obviously y'all wishy-washy with it. You say it, you know, you ain't giving it no more, or you giving it whenever it seems fitting for you. If you're supposed to be giving double honors to the apostles and reverencing the apostles as your elders, because this your video, the mirror, you know, then why are you not following the protocols? Why are you doing videos like this when you should have had, you know, got counsel with that, or even called brothers up, you know, or the case may be, because you want to get the scoop on what actually happened and hear both sides, man. Nigga, you got demons on you, man. Lord gonna destroy you, man. If you don't repent, man. You know?
Real quick, I gotta
every brother's not a brother, man.
This is Romans 14 and 4. Who art thou that judgest another man's servant? To his own master he standeth or falleth. Yea, he shall be holding up, for Yahweh is able to make him stand. So who are you to judge another man's servant? We're not underneath you. We never were underneath you. We don't have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Much love to the brothers over there. Y'all do y'all thing. We do our thing. There was set an order a long while ago when we were DTA for us to have nothing to do with y'all camp. And us brothers tried to keep it that way just because the times of dealing with y'all before, we constantly had issues. And we want to eliminate those issues. So the best thing for sometimes just brothers to depart ways, and that's it. But ain't got to be no hatred there. Now you saying you did what you did is nothing personal, cool. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But if you'd have done things in the proper channel, I would have respected it a lot more. But this I don't respect because you didn't go things in the proper way. How we supposed to do things according to the scriptures, man.
Yeah, because you're playing on the minds of the simple. You're playing on the fan base. You're playing on the views, you know? And also I want to make this known too. You know, this is a rebuke on Gabar, you know? You got men that ain't right, man. And for the brothers that's sincere over there, that's following the apostles, well, first off, following Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and sincerity, you need to separate from these men, man. You need to separate yourself and get right, man. You know? Because he ain't right, man. He ain't right, man.
I got a quick precept because here it is. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, you're defending to Zion. This is the whole purpose of this video that you're doing, 3-part series on the brother. You know what I'm saying? You're doing 4-part. And when you're doing it to the brother, you're doing it to us as well, because we all share the same experiences. Now, here it is, you're defending a man. You're supposed to know who you're defending. You're supposed to know the character of the man you're defending. You're supposed to know the integrity of the man that you're defending. I got a scripture, right? This is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 22, verse 25. It says, I will not be ashamed to defend a friend, neither will I hide myself from him. Now, here it is. It's clear as day that you're not ashamed, to defend to Tazaiwan, because it's clear as day you did the video. And it showcases that you're not hiding yourself from him.
He did 4 parts on us already.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, can I say this? We only doing this video and we back to the prophecies. This is just correction and reproof and open rebuke on you, since you went and tried to rebuke us. And the brother uplifting, what's his name? Adanya Allah, because for uplifting Apostle Tahar, which was telling the truth. See, this is when you got guys that don't understand the scriptures, man. They don't really know what they worship. They don't really know what you into. Scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen, man. So I just wanted to say that point, man.
Yeah. And then another point too, as far as you said, dealing with the council, like we left them for dead.
Yeah.
The boys, the banners, that belong. As we said, he left the camp. The camp still stay here. So as a camp, we kept those things because it wasn't just his money for all that equipment and stuff. It was the camp's money. That was the Lord's money. So that remains with the camp. Does that go to him? If brothers put that into the Lord's pot, is that not the Lord's money, or is that Tazaiwan's money so that he can take all the bulls and all the business to do as he pleases?
Exactly. And then on top of it, the treasury was Yawasap. He's no longer with us, like he told you, but he was the treasury. We put all our money together to develop the camp, for the camp banners, for the tribe sign. He left us. Why do you think we supposed to give him all this?
Right.
The fuck this guy think he is? Who the fuck do you think y'all? Who you think y'all are, man? You ain't been alive that long to be treated like that, man. You learned from the apostles. We young men compared to the apostles, man. We just thankful enough that the Lord chose us to do this work. We hope that we get delivered. We get on those chariots. We don't know if we the elect, but we strive to be the elect. This is why if you check us out through the spirit and you watching, you should know our strong points is building up, is getting into the prophecies. Just reporting news and really build up scripture, suffering scripture. That's what we big on. That's our strong point.
Exactly.
So you talking about mirror working on? We always working on ourselves. Exactly. We encourage other brothers to work on themselves because of the experience of us working on each other.
Exactly.
What the fuck this man talking about?
Constantly. That's the main thing in which we do. You know what I'm saying? You got certain brothers, you know what I'm saying, like that's real good, with the history and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you watch, the brother Ariella Jim, that's for the most part, they great with the history, beautiful brothers like that. Because over here, we politics and all that. We all right with it, but like the brother said, our strong points is getting into points of experience and wisdom. Even though we don't have much experience, but we share what we have been through, the things we do know of Yahweh Bashim, things, small things in which the Lord has revealed unto us, man. That's what we do. That's our strong points, and that's what we stick to. So brothers is always examining ourselves. Always, man. And if you, especially not glorifying myself, nothing like that. But you look at my channel, you'll constantly see that that's the majority of the stuff I do, man. Trying to build brothers up and all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
we ain't no damn hypocrites, man. And on top of that, we gonna seek counsel before we do anything. That's what you don't realize. Before we did this video, we seek counsel, man. So know we in the right spirit to do this video or just to ignore you niggas, man.
Hey, with the counsel that you claim was not done right. Counsel.
We saw counsel.
We saw counsel.
It was done in the wrong manner, but we saw counsel though.
Yeah.
Is that not what a wise man should do? Seek counsel. And also, you speaking up for Tazai, this is another quick point. How long have you known him?
Exactly.
How long has this brother known him? How long have I known him? How long is this? We labor with him. We were with him week in and week out. Tuesdays, Thursdays, studies, Saturdays, camp, after camp. We know this man. We know him. You don't. We saw things that nobody else would see. We constantly labor with this man. We saw changes, developments, bad and good in this brother, man. Constantly throughout the years, man.
Camping in the projects, getting shot at, off camera.
Yeah.
You don't know what we've been through with him. That's why we saying, how can you trade on old friends that you know that will beat it to go with new friends because you don't want to be under nobody? If a man ever tell you, yo, man, No, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I gotta be able to speak in camp. I gotta be able to ring out. I can't. You know, I can't just sit back and hold the banner. Something fucking wrong with this man. Fuck you talking about, man? That's pride, man. And we still had mercy on him. That's why in that video we didn't say his name. But obviously you know, because there's a split. We ain't gotta go into all that. Be spiritual and use your discernment, man. You know, man, look, if any man say that he don't want nobody over him, that man is not a man of the Lord, man, unless he repent.
So, and that goes back into the point. Do you know the type of guy that you're defending? If you're going to defend somebody, you got to know his character. You got to know the integrity of that man. I'm gonna finish out the scripture. Sirach 22:25. I will not be ashamed to defend a friend, neither will I hide myself from him. And if any evil happen unto me by him, everyone that heareth will beware of him. So that's why you got to know who you defend. You know, because here it is, you could be defending a man wrongfully. You know, you could call yourself defending a man that was in the wrong spirit, but here it is, judgment is falling upon you because you're not in the right spirit of defending that man. That's why you got to meditate on the scriptures. You got to read the scriptures because the Lord is up with you if he's dealing with you. And there's certain things, certain scriptures that's going to stick to you, that's going to cause you to move right. You got certain niggas in the word that call themselves defending somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And they jump in front of the bullet and they get put to death. And the bullet wasn't meant for them. The same thing happens spiritually within this truth, man. That's why you got to be circumspect and you got to know what you're getting yourself into, man. And let not your tongue condemn you. But reading on, let me finish this out. It says, verse 27. It says, who shall set a watch before my mouth and a seal of wisdom upon my lips, that I fall not suddenly by them and that my tongue destroy me not? Because I'm going to say this. I'm going to pose a question to you. Will you defend the man that said he would bang on the apostles if the opportunity came about? Would you defend a man that said that I finally got what I wanted from the apostles, which was some type of reverence and respect or notification? Would you defend a man that, you know, that has that type of character?
I'll pat myself on the back.
Or I'll pat myself on the back and nobody else want to rub me the right way? Would you defend a man like that?
I finally got my wish. What he say?
Come on. I finally got what I wanted.
For the apostles' reverence and for the respect of the apostles, the respect of the apostles. Man, that's fucking carnal, man.
So would you defend a guy like that? I'm asking you. Would you defend a guy that would say something like that? Hypothetically, would you defend a guy like that? That's a question that you gotta mirror yourself on. Since you want to throw mirror and examination out there, well, mirror yourself on that. Know who you're defending before you calling yourself defending. And that goes for Israel. You know, this goes for all of us. It's not only a rebuke, it's also a lesson that you can learn within the rebuke.
Hey, if I favor a camp, right? You know, if I fit, you know, the main camp, you might favor a camp. You're watching all the time. This is where you get your breakdowns from, brother. His wordplay be edifying for you, so you know every time you hear it, it soothes with you, so you can learn. Something happened in there. You know, and I'm like, damn, what happened? He got kicked. Am I supposed to say you jump into business that I don't know about, do a video on it, getting at this other guy? I'm supposed to mind my fucking business. Well, obviously he made a man of the Lord. You know, something happened.
Right. Continue to do the work.
Do the works.
Work. Prove your own work.
Mirror yourself, Gabar. Mirror yourself with yourself, man. You need to look at the man in the mirror. Look at what you're doing now, being a busybody in matters that don't concern you, and look at the things you were doing before, being a busybody in other matters that don't concern you. You're doing the same thing. You're not learning from your mistakes, bro. You're not learning from your mistakes. Why do you keep doing the same thing over and over? Something is not right with you. Seriously, man. Seriously.
Stay in trouble. Man.
Seriously, man.
And then from the few times I've been with you, you got that spirit that I don't give a fuck. I don't care what nobody think. You told me that, man. So I already know how your spirit get. You say shit and you hope that, and then on top of it, you talking about somebody shooting subliminals. You try to shoot subliminals all the time, so brothers will watch a video and feel some type of way. I'll tell you too, I don't watch you. I don't watch. I'm not saying this. Look, man, there's some, it could be some good brothers and brothers over there in Great Millstone, man. It's like it. Men of Valor, the water, and Men of Valor. You know, some good men over there. You know, if you brothers are watching, you know, this is an open rebuke on Gabar, man. If you right in the spirit and you following the apostles in sincerity, man, separate from these men, man. You know, get yourself right, man. Because them chariots about to be here, man. Destruction is coming. Prophecy around the corner. It ain't no time for all this. This is why you get one take video. And then you did 4 parts on us. Like, if you know what he's talking about, you did all that and we about to do this and we ain't never going to do it again. Lord's willing. And just go back to where we at. So whatever you say after this or whoever, if he says, I want to do a video, you know, look, man, we ain't here to give you gas. The gas is coming from the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The spirit coming from them. If you want to be built up, get into the scriptures, do the prophecies. Yo, go search for the news. Get on fire for the truth. Yo, what article came out today, this morning? What pertaining to the word? Get on fire that way. Not talking about bringing strife in a time like this. That shit is stupid. That's how you know you ain't right.
Because what you're doing your own two-step, the same old two-step. And this is real quick. Proverbs 17:9. I got you. It says, "He that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends." So here it is. You always caught up in somebody else's business. That's a matter that you continuously repeat. But what in actuality, what's it doing? It's separating yourself from the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You're separating very friends, because here it is. We all supposed to be in the same like mind, the same judgment, getting on this devil because he's the enemy, rebuking this society. But here it is. We caught up in gotta do matters such as this because you choose not to mind your business. And then what? That's where the separation and the division comes. But we know ain't no separation in Yahushua. You know, and we know that we did everything according to the spirit of and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, also seeking advice, also seeking counsel. So then it's like, now you got to ask what side you on. We hope we right in the spirit. Word. We hope Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had mercy upon us. That's why we move according to the way that we move. But I'm going to ask you this before you put this up. Did you seek counsel from an apostle or a seasoned elder?
Or did you just hear somebody's crying out and being emotional and you feeling sorry for them and I'm going to do this? I'm gonna say this because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you think. You know, I'm going to laugh at the video. All that bullshit, that carnal shit, man. We strive not to be carnal over here, man, and to be spiritual. Like the brother said, man, we hoping to get delivered, man. You know?
Mark 32:18. A man of counsel will be considerate.
A man of counsel will be considerate. That says it all, man.
That's hard.
But a strange and a proud man is not daunted with fear.
Strange and a proud man is not daunted with fear, man. Like we was getting into earlier, we living in a time of judgment, and a brother that was a part of our camp is now dead. Got gunned down. Him and one of his friends that he brought along with to visit us, man.
Which his friend could possibly be part of the camp too, just a helper, you know, because he supped with us many nights in that school. That's the so-called school we had, the garage we was at, you know, drinking with us, breaking bread, you know, going over scriptures. He was there. He knew about the truth, you know. And now guess what? Dudes died. They dead today. And
then I believe they're talking shit about brothers after they
departed. You know, them brothers had a problem with women, you know, lusting and following after women and shit, man. Now look at them in Arizona, then got gunned down by some, I don't even know who, you know, but I'm just, probably so. The brother, I know I did a video, you know, in Lord willing, we can do another video and put the pictures up and show brothers, even when he was in the camp reading for us, you know. This is the year of death, destruction, and diligence, man.
Brothers over here.
Read
that from the top again one more time.
Sirach 32 or Ecclesiastes 32 and verse 18. A man of counsel will be considerate.
Right, a man of counsel will be considerate. Now, every brother in the truth should consider himself a man of the Lord. Just having that hope that you can be and striving for perfection. You know, we be considerate with the decisions and the actions in which we make. And if there's anything that any brother is not sure of, we're going to seek counsel. Like the first thing, as soon as I seen Gabar, you comment on my video, the first thing I did was contact this brother because he's the leader of the camp. Because I don't want to fly off the handle and then it just spin out of control, and it shouldn't have went this way. It shouldn't have went a certain way, might I add. You know what I'm saying? So what brothers do, we're going to seek counsel, man, with anything we're not sure of, because we consider ourselves to be spiritual men. That's what a spiritual man does, man. It's circumspect. You you look at things from different angles and how things can affect not only you, but the brothers whom you labor with. Because if I said the wrong thing or reply to you in the wrong manner, things could have completely went a whole nother way. And I could have been in the wrong for it. But I considered that. That's why I hit this brother up. And now we got to do what we got to do now because of what you talking, man.
Yeah,
a bunch of madness.
You pick a fight with us. You picked a fight. He literally went on your comment board, said what he said. You hit them with the scripture that cut him, and then he said all that, and then he just busts out doing all these videos. What do we do to you? Ain't nobody messing with you. Ain't nobody saying nothing about you. We don't have no ties with this man in Minervala, Gabar. We don't have no ties. Nobody in our camp. We don't talk to you on the phone. Haven't ran into you. Haven't spit some words back and forth like we had an altercation. We had nothing to do with you. That's how you know this man got demons on them. Here it is. We just did, me and the brother right here did a video earlier. Next thing you know, the brother hit me up about an hour later or 30 minutes later like, yo, what the fuck is this? You know, that shit is crazy. And you supposed to be a man of the Lord. Men of the Lord ain't gonna do no shit like that. And we so close. I know we already said this, but I just want to say it again. We so close that if you was feeling some type of way, why don't you get in touch with brothers? Would you call brothers' phones?
Yeah, because like when I'm saying,
hey, look, wait. He claimed we Jersey. We know everything. So why you ain't call brothers then? If you ain't got my number, you know how to get it. Come on, man. You ain't fooling nobody. Stop playing on these views, man. Stop playing with these people's heads out here because they don't know anything. They just watching from the laptop, man, from their phones. You playing on their minds, man. Then you do damage control when you do some fuck shit, man. You know?
And me, I don't even really like that comment board stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that's why I just, hit you with the scripture or whatever and left it as that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on it like, yo, like, let's see what's up with them. Let's talk to them or something. Yeah. That's how I'm on it.
And I told them now. I told brothers now, like, because why we gonna contact y'all to try to square something over the phone the right way? Or, if brother had this burning, he had that burning desire in him and it's that bad, it's really none of your business. You shouldn't even be meddling in it. It shouldn't even be messing with you because you should be focused on your own salvation. You should be focused on your camp. Focus on what's work going out. Yo, what happened? Breaking news and all this stuff. You ain't worried about that. That ain't gonna get you delivered trying to vouch for this man. Right. And you think you all off, you off the handle. You jumped off the diving board head first. Like if he got people, you fooling people out there that you this Jersey guy and you know everything in Jersey. You don't know us. You don't deal with us. We don't deal with you.
Things like, hey, brothers in the camp know me. You know what I'm saying? The other brothers know me. I'm direct. I deal with brothers direct. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do all the phone, the internet, none of that. I'm going to talk to you what's going on, like what it is. You know what I'm saying? As a brother should, not coming to you as no nigga, dealing as a brother. You know what I'm saying? Of course, at times different things get heated. We had some councils that got heated with the brother and stuff like that when we know stuff was just completely off. You know what I'm saying? But overall, we always gave that brother respect, man. Always, man. That goes without question, man. And it's sad. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, got to follow orders and stuff, no problem with the order. But you know what I'm saying, we shouldn't have to go through no crap like this. Is bullshit, seriously, man.
Right?
This is bullshit, man.
You picked a fight with us and then did all these videos. How do you do 4 parts on this, my man?
Where's the edification?
Yeah, where's the edification at? You playing on the hearts of the fans, man. You got fans out there too. And I'm calling the ones that's fans is those that look at us as entertainment. Even Apostle Tahar did one of his latest videos and told us, I threw it on my channel. The one who said Esau, I forgot it's about Esau, like we still in the time of Esau rule. And he even said, yo, we're not fucking entertaining y'all, man. The ones that's getting entertained by this, that just want to hear brother speak and laugh and all that shit, you a fucking fan. We trying to edify and wake up the Lord's elect, man. That's why we do the work we do. We trying to be delivered. We know we're not going to get saved because of our works or keeping the law, but it's got to be of our faith because keeping the law and doing the works helps us in the faith to keep the faith there, to keep it there, and not because the faith, you can have faith today and tomorrow you're taking a chip. So we do this to the Lord continue to build and sup with us, to labor with us, keep us, in that fiery spirit, not being lukewarm. Do the fucking works, not fucking, but do the works. Ain't nobody say nothing about y'all and mess with y'all, man. You got it. Son. Yeah, we was trying to play the video and pause it, but
pretty much hit the
yeah.
points anyway. You know what I'm saying? The points, stuff you said, you pretty much hit it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
and I'll say this too. Tazaya, you watching this or whatever, and you don't even know this about, or you may do, if you got an issue, hit a brother Jack. You know? And I'm gonna say this for the record too. We don't have to apologize to you. You left us. So I don't know what you're talking about. We don't owe him no apology. You know what happened in the camp. I pulled you to the side and we talked afterward. Put my hand on your back and we walked off before to get away from brothers. And I talked to you, man. And what you told me, I'm thinking more on the left side. I feel like, yo, you took my crown. I didn't take anything. For one, our crown is the salvation that we ain't received yet. We hoping to put the crowns upon our heads, man. You know? Yeah, you know, so with that, we hope this is edifying. You know, we're not doing no other video after this, so you can do what you do. You know, we're going to continue to teach through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, Lord's willing. All right?
One more thing, like, once again, you know what I'm saying? It's no hatred, you know what I'm saying? No hatred for none of them brothers over there, none of Valor, none of the brothers DCA. We had our difference. Y'all brothers do the work, let us do our thing, and we keep it as that. Lord willing to see y'all in the kingdom. Hope y'all of the elect. We hope we of the elect, and that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? But there just don't need to be no ties really with us. We just leave it as that.
Yeah, just leave us alone. We ain't messing with y'all. Leave us alone. You know, so with that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and much love, prayers, blessings, and salutations to the Lord's elect that's teaching his word in sincerity and truth. Shalom to the elect. Shalom. Okay.